Good evening. Hi, guys. Happy Friday, and welcome to the table. We are glad that you're here. Glad that you've chosen to spend your Friday with us. We are the Metas Futile, and we are a ragtag group of storytellers and artists. Tonight, we're continuing our tale of the Risen War. A couple of quick announcements before we get started with the game itself. Be sure to follow us here on Twitch if you don't already. YouTube, I'm slowly chewing through the backlog of videos, getting those uploaded there for the VODs. We are also on Blue Sky and X or Twitter or whatever it's going this week. And we got a Discord. Nightbot will be periodically throwing it in chat for you to join, so be sure to follow us there. We are at least moderately active. Most of the people here at the table are artists, so be sure to check out their socials as well. Many of them have commissions open at various times throughout the year. So, without further ado and no further delay, I require more monitors to shuffle this stuff around. Let's get started.
All right.
All right.
As I recall, last time,
Yeah.
our party, the said ragtag group, was traveling along the King's Road after the events in Gatewatch, where the city was all but conquered in an hour by the undead forces of Mad King Morvain and Greymore. Heroes managed to escape and found the Lamond farm, which is where Marius grew up. They stayed the night, met a strange, the Prince of Halflings, no less.
What an
Boffin
introduction.
Oh, he's never gonna live that down.
Nope.
Barrow.
kid.
No, they met a theater kid.
You don't just say Prince of Halflings and then everyone's just like, oh yeah, that's okay. That's normal. Yeah, that's totally something a sane person would say.
Which clan? Which family are you prince of, Mr. Barrow? Oh, obviously the
All of
Barrows. Oh, all of them. Ah, truly.
I'm the Prince of Halflings.
Well, he is the
The
Prince
royal.
of Halflings, not a specific clan.
The
Yeah.
royal we.
Oh, he thinks it's people.
What does mom call them?
What is mom called? My mom said I was really handsome, guys. She said I had a lot of talent. Dad never believed in me, though.
I just want to dance.
No one said he couldn't dance, right?
I don't know.
Dance. Anyway, so the next day, they traveled on down the King's Road, spoke to some refugees who had managed to also escape from Gatewatch before the walls fell. But most of them were camping along the side of the road and decided to just wait for all this just blow over. Surely in a week or so it'll be done. They made
Just a
it.
phase.
They made it to Latha's Treehouse, a tavern on the kind of a waypoint on the side of the King's Road, about a day's travel from Gatewatch. And there they rested for the night, and they gave their news to the patrons, some of whom took it kindly, some of whom didn't, all of whom got a little nervous. After their evening's rest, they traveled on down the King's Road towards Lothiel, where they were intending to make a quick pit stop before going directly to Tol Duram to report the incidents at Gatewatch to the highest authority they possibly could. Around the bend, however, was an old man waiting in ambush. This old man was secretly a necromancer in disguise who had brought several undead, snuck them past through the borders, and had been hiding in Valeran, the nation of Valeran, to prevent the news from reaching Lothiel for as long as possible. He didn't last more than a round, so at least in the regards of the party, he failed absolutely, in just complete and total failure.
He did
Based
his
on-
best.
Based on some of the undead that the heroes fought, they were not perhaps the first ones to make it this far, perhaps being passed in the night. However, it doesn't appear that anybody's made it all the way to Lothiel yet. In fact, even one of the famous Valeran Rangers was caught in his snare and killed. But as we finished our story last Friday, The heroes had reached the gates of Lothiel, and there they stand now. It is about mid-morning, late to mid-morning. The fence of Lothiel, the Great Fence, encloses this city. There's about 6 feet on either side of the fence that is clear of trees. Not clear-cut, because you don't see any stumps or brush or anything like that. It appears that the forest has just grown in a ring around this city. And then the fence itself, it is called the Fence of Lothiel, but it is a naturally grown wall. Almost entirely, it's several feet thick, you can't see through it at all. And it's made of vines, thick, and with a skin of hard bark. Rangers walk the top of the wall, the city watch keeps the gate, and you can see inside of the city, it almost slopes up like a hill, but it is dotted with trees everywhere. Most of the elves make their homes in the trees that are grown from childhood. There are a few buildings on the ground, and there are some structures that are built into the sides of trees. People opening up a small store to serve their community, like a dry goods shop that would build the store around the trunk of their tree. The King's Road passes straight through Lothiel, and you can see it is paved until it disappears into the bramble of trees, while other footpaths spread off to either side, some of which are dirt, some are cobbled. All are very artfully placed. But as you cross the fence, what would you like to do?
We were asked what news from the east by the guards. And we didn't get a chance to answer them before we had to exit from the story last session.
So, what news from the east?
Not good.
I
None
think
good.
That news is best spoken over a thoughtful tableside discussion. It's not good.
Could we speak with you in less public? I'm
Venue?
sorry. We've had a morning.
Leify of Leify's treehouse suggested we try and speak with the captain of the guard, Tira.
Tyron, well, if you're going to speak to somebody in a less than public setting, he would be about as high as you could get. We're on watch. They laugh to each other. It's all
these
public
guards
setting.
are
here.
for rangers.
These are guards.
Okay.
They're wearing the symbol of Lothiel is on their tabard. It's a tree encircled by vine, and they're wearing the leather armor that familiar to the City Watch. They are not dressed in the greens or the more climbing friendly gear of the Rangers.
Well, it's good that you continue to keep watch.
Where else would we be?
In order for us to let you continue to do that, where might we find the captain?
Well, if you insist on getting an audience with His Highness, straight down the main road here, take the third left. Can't miss it.
Thank you. Another thing. Who would we speak to among the Rangers with the authority? We found a ranger fallen on the road and wish to return her belongings to the appropriate authorities.
The guard appears to look as if he's about to make a quip about a ranger falling out of a tree, until you mention returning the belongings. Then he closes his mouth. Fallen.
Do we have the
Yes,
pin?
sir.
Soliana's gonna take out the pin.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
There was an ambush.
it's next to the guards' barracks. Same place.
Thank you, sir.
Buzzkill.
Sorry, I was just like, have fun on your watch. By the way, a ranger's dead. Have fun.
Oh no, everything is now sad.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, and keep a steady eye out there. It's okay. Get your head in the game, Gale. All right then, shall we?
Yep.
This
Do it.
Gale just immediately just walks through, keeping the directions in mind.
As you enter into Lothiel proper, though the city appears to be fairly quiet, just from passing glance, most of the people are actually above you. So you still have the vague din of people walking about their daily business. If you glance up, you see rope bridges strung between the boughs of trees and children running along them in a way that would make the average dwarf rather uncomfortable. Some of them balancing along the ropes, the handhold ropes, running around playing, people going about their daily business, all of them completely oblivious to you and going on outside their town. There are a few people walking the street, and they do exchange the standard pleasantries with you in a typical elven fashion. This Lothiel is an interesting mix of high elf and wood elf culture. So you've got some people that are very, very free, very, very, hi, how you doing? Welcome, sort of waving to you, and you've got other people that give you the polite head nod as they're wearing their very high starched collars. But it is with relative ease that you take the first left down a major street, and a short while later, probably about 10 minutes into the city, 15 minutes into the city, you find a large building made of, first half the wall is stone, on top of that is stacked wood, and a kind of a fusion of dwarven and elven building styles.
That's cool.
It's a fusion.
Right.
Well,
No sense putting it off. Gale's gonna go up to the door and are there any other like is this a home or is this like an office sort of setup?
This is very firmly a military office.
Okay.
The banner
Oh.
outside denotes it as being the office of the City Watch.
Okay. Well, Gale's gonna go up to the door. Are there City Watch outside the doors, or is it just?
There is one, though he is talking to a woman about his age and seems much more interested in her than you.
Okay.
Some ladies love
Gales?
a man in armor.
Gale's just gonna.
Yeah.
She's gonna kind of just glance at this man and
Excuse me. Yes. He kind of straightens out his cloak and I'll be right back with you. Yes. What can I do for you?
we're here to speak with Captain Tyron. Do we just go in? Or
Sure.
Nope.
you're not going to... Okay.
That's not my job.
Alright.
Not my job.
Gail's
Not
gonna
good.
glance at the rest of the party, just kind of
Yeah.
shrug, and just
Mhm.
go on in.
All right. He told us to, right?
As
Mhm.
you enter into a vestibule, if you will. There is a rack of spears, about half of which are missing. To your left, there are several cloaks and hats, a few pairs of boots in the like, little mudroom part of the entryway. As you enter,
Often is staring at the hats.
there are a few choice hats. They're all made of two of them are made of very fine like velvet with very large colorful feathers. Most of them there's probably 4 or 5 more. There's the standard like leather cap and sort of hood, the traveler's hood. Behind the desk is an elven woman who looks rather bored. The desk that she sits behind, she's an elven woman with nut brown hair, and she sits behind a desk made of a very finely wrought mahogany with a granite slab top. The slab of granite is run through with a seam of gold.
Mahogany.
Fancy.
Mahogany. Excuse me.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
ma'am. We are messengers from Gatewatch. We are here to speak with Captain Tyron.
She's looking between Marius and Gale.
Just here to deliver some news.
Do you have an appointment with Captain Tyron?
No. The matter of which we wish to speak is urgent.
Oh.
We did see his cousin Latha. She asked us to come see him as well.
Oh, how is Latha doing?
She seems to be all right.
Oh, good.
Her inn is doing well.
Good. I mean, I certainly wouldn't expect it to be. The treehouse is about the only place to stop between, well, I mean, anywhere around here. Anywhere out east. So what is this urgent matter you have for Captain Tyron?
News about Gatewatch falling to the forces of Morvain.
Gatewatch falling? That city's
sir.
already half theirs. Why would... She is visibly perturbed.
Gale's
That's
just
exactly
shaking
why
her
we
head.
need to inform the captain what's going on. It's more
On the
than
way-
that.
On the way
Travelers
here,
were attacked.
we ran into a necromancy ambush on the way here.
We did. We actually also need to speak with the ranger authority here. We have some belongings from a fallen ranger to return.
Hold on a moment. He's going to stand and walk out to a door at the back of the room and enter without knocking. Poke her head in for a moment. You hear some murmured conversation, and a high elf man will come from this back room, his office. Tyron Listeros at your service.
Sir?
Captain of the Lothiel Guard. Elena tells me that you have dire news from Gatewatch.
Yes, sir. Knight Galenian Folk of the Grim Knights, sir. And this is...
We're
Well,
with her.
yes.
It's gonna kind of.
I will call you my... I will call you my company. I mean, you all agreed. Sir, we are some of the few to make it out of Gatewatch, and this far westward. Gatewatch has been attacked, and as far as we know, fallen to Morvain's undead forces. And one of them...
Come. Gesture you into his office.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, and he'll, as you enter, he will retrieve several glasses, and the elven woman, called Elena, will pull a decanter of wine from the shelf, and each of you will be given a small portion.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you kindly.
He sits down behind the desk, and she actually leans up against him, putting an arm kind of on his shoulder, which he does not seem to even remotely notice. As Soliana and Edwin, please give me perception checks.
Oh boy.
What do you perceive?
Soliana, Edwin, what do your elf eyes see?
Not a lot.
13.
Fuck all, apparently.
Not a lot.
13, 14, okay. The two of you notice that both Tyron and Elena have matching rings. They're each inset with a series of 3 gems. There's Moonstone, Emerald, and Sapphire. And while the stones are in a wooden setting, the entire thing is in a gold ring. Elena has a necklace that matches the stones, but almost looks like dwarven family stones in their arrangement. The two of you notice it because Villamond was at least partially built by the dwarves and has close ties to the dwarves. And Soliana, you probably don't want to think about why you know that.
Nope. Nope. I go dwarven family. We'll put that away now. Just tuck that away for later.
Compartmentalize. Put it away.
Push that down way tight. Put that lid on the bottle. Put it on the shelf. And wait for it to cause some trauma to somebody else later.
All my emotions here,
Don't feel.
and then one day I'll die. That is how they both feel.
Right. Oh, shall I start over, sir?
Just give me the brief. What's happened in Gatewatch?
A necromancer entered the town, raised a bunch of dead, killing as many guards and townsfolk as they possibly could. We were able to stop some of them, and we did manage to put the necromancer down. And my superior, Knight Sturmkrieg, told us to get to Tolderom to inform the highest authority we can, as soon as we can. Your cousin Litha did ask us to speak to you with our news.
I'm glad she did.
There's one more thing, sir. There was an ambush between Litha's treehouse and here. We took care of it.
Yeah,
But,
they've been waylaying travelers to stop news from coming here.
So I'll take out the pen again. The pin again.
And I've
It is
got,
disrespectful.
and I have, we have the other belongings to the fallen ranger out there.
If
They
you'd like, I
he
can make
managed.
sure. I can make
Yes,
sure
sir.
they get to the right place.
Gail's gonna hand over, hand over the ring and the letter and the pouch
Yes.
off the ranger.
All right.
There's a
He-
ring of those.
He'll take them and set them aside, and
Our condolences to her family and loved ones.
put his hand on his heart and nod to you. Not everyone in Tolderom has been taking our report seriously. We've seen
Yes.
occurrences here and there of things in the woods.
Gail's just gonna kind of blank and just.
In the woods.
They're not taking you seriously?
As I understand, there's a ranger recuperating in Tolmineth right now. Their stories
Right.
have likewise gone more or less ignored.
How long have
For-
these incidents been happening?
Several
Perhaps
months now, ramping up
Speak to
slowly.
How long has it been since the prince has returned?
Oh goodness, what did we decide? About a year, maybe?
Okay.
Isn't that like how it happened in Gatewatch though? He lots of little things and then he just
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
So
been
he's
about
been
a year.
planning this
It
for a
had been about a
while.
year since he came back.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah,
right.
when you poor bastard.
But yeah, Boffin's gonna say, "Oh, okay, so he's been planning this for a while."
How many made it out? You're the first that I've seen come through with this.
We're not sure. Most of the refugees are encamped at the crossing between the King's Road and the Green Road.
That is far too
They-
close.
They think it's just going to blow over in a week, sir. We cautioned them otherwise.
Very well.
I'm a bit shocked, sir, that no one is taking it seriously.
Well, I don't mean to sound harsh.
My order.
Your
Then again,
order has been
always been
wailing
there.
about undead threats that don't exist for the better part of 150 years. Eventually, when it does actually happen, people are tired of hearing about it.
Never take
Ah,
undead threats too seriously.
I agree with you in principle. Alright. I know you intend to go all the way to Tolderom, and far be it for me to stop you, and I would hasten you on your way. However, I can send couriers faster than you, and I can send evidence faster than you. Tonight,
of course.
if you will spend the day, perhaps spend the evening resting, recuperating, and resupplying here in Lothiel, I'll make sure you're supplied for the trip. I'll also have you write down details of what happened. Take evidence that I can, and
course, sir.
send it on west. I don't suspect he'll be stopping at Gatewatch.
Wait. Oh, that he won't be stopping at Gatewatch.
So that said, sir, if they've already been ignoring your reports, and do you think they'll believe this one?
You said there was an ambush on the side of the road, King's Road?
Yes, the bodies are still there.
It'll be hard for them to ignore the corpses.
I was actually going to.
If they're still
I wanted
there.
to give the ranger due and proper burial, but I don't know your protocol here.
There are many ranger tombs dotted throughout Lothiel. And that is one reason it worries me that this news has come. It is ill news on good
Gail's
wings.
just thinking about that. Gail's thinking about the fact that there are so many elven tombs or ranger tombs across Lothiel, and just kind of, oh
dear.
the city of stars. Okay.
Are there any
I
rites that are performed on the bodies to prevent
Of course. However, old bones and the desecrating power that some of these things can bring, they should be sanctified. They should be immune. The tombs should all... I'm not taking anything to chance.
Of course not, sir.
He's going to turn to Elena.
To answer your question about whether he'll stop in Gatewatch, sir, I do not think so. He's been on a conquest mission for some time now, since his return, and Greymore has been suffering for it.
That's how it started at first. Just some incidents here and there. Next thing you know, he's waltzing through your camp.
Or marching through your city.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah.
He's going to turn to Elena. And, my dear, if you would be so kind as to take Scrabbles out and run down the King's Road. Gather up the what refugees you can and send them here. We need as many people within the walls the next day as possible. Mobilization from Gatewatch will take time. It's a bit of a crossing between the shoulders of the mountains, and the King's Road is not overly wide, but the dead do not tire.
No, they don't.
I thank you all for what you've done to bring this news to us. It is an ill wind that carries good strong wings to us. So thank you. If
Of course, sir.
If you're comfortable in meaner conditions, you're welcome to stay here in the barracks. If you'd like something a little bit kinder, then there are plenty of places here in Lothiel that would be happy to put you up. And he's going to turn and pull out a pouch and give each of you 5 silver pieces for your service.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Money.
Appreciate.
I can offer you what rations would be. I can offer you a day and half's rations to get you to Tolderom, and if any of you lack supplies, my name can get you a bit of a discount on some of the goods and sundries.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Say that should help. That should help us supply up and make sure that we've got good walking boots.
Gonna look pointedly at Edwin.
I mean, Gail's not doing it, but
Good walking boots for that one.
About those incidents, sir, what specific trouble should we be keeping an eye out for on the road?
Well, out in the woods, we've seen just here and there old dry skeletons ambulating about. People in the woods that ought not be. The ranger in TMiF reported a bear of some sort, which is...
oh,
That's a bit concerning.
That's new.
Bears don't attack our rangers. Well, our rangers don't fall victim to regular bears. She was brushed off as being careless, but I don't think that's all there is to it.
it might do it. Gail's gonna turn to the rest and just. It might be good if we speak to her.
She might know
Sure.
something.
No one else we're up against. Oh, that's another thing, sir. The ambush. He got that far by hiding the undead in supply crates of things such as rice and dry goods from Greymore.
He's going to turn slowly to look at a bag of rice in the corner.
Not-
Nothing is safe.
I don't like that one, but okay.
I was gonna eat that.
We didn't
rice.
either, sir.
I'm gonna eat.
Your names again, please. He's got out a pen and paper.
Gail's gonna gesture to the rest first.
Soliana Bagwin.
Mary's mom.
There's one. Any relation, any relation to the Mond farm?
Yes, sir. That's my family's farm.
I used to enjoy the produce from that farm. Haven't seen much of it lately.
Been falling on some rough times, but
Terribly sorry to hear that. Master
things will
Half.
change. Hopefully.
Often Barrow, and he'll glance at Gale and say, former royal guard to the late king of Greymore.
Oh,
Gail will just nod.
condolences. And you.
Edwin Illumis, and I guess Oliver being that forward.
This is
Ah.
important. I'm
Former apprentice / intern to the court wizard of the Billman.
Well, they will want to talk to you in Tolteron, both of you.
Yeah.
And
hopefully they'll
Galenian
listen to
Fall.
us.
of the Grim Knights.
Sir Edwin, you appear nervous.
Oh, you know.
We are not an unreasonable people. It speaks volumes that you're here and not there.
It's just a lot of new.
Oh, you've never been to Valerian before?
Not for a very, very long time.
Oh. Well, welcome back to Valerian. I would wish you a pleasant stay, but
Better than Greymore right now.
It's not a very high bar.
Significantly.
Can we at least, well, that's in poor taste. About digging up the bar. I'm just gonna leave that one where it is.
Grim Knights, every single one of them, I swear.
Gail's just gonna shrug and grin.
Give a look.
Well, if you can write up some summary of the events that have brought you to this point, sometime today, give them to me by this evening. I'll send a courier out by bird. Or fastest birds. And
Right.
at this point, Elena is getting up to leave, and he's gonna touch her on the back and be careful. Be safe. And she'll kind of nod her head and leave.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking us seriously. Whew. We will get those write-ups to you as soon as we can.
Right.
Gail's just gonna kind of bow and make to leave. Waiting by the door for the rest.
Alright, yeah. Follow suit, do a fancy little bow, tip the hat, follow Gale.
Marius, as you're leaving, he'll stop you briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Marius. For the sake of all of us here in Valerian, I hope that your farm falls on better times soon.
We're all hoping for better times, ain't we? Good times would come, don't worry.
Valerian's always been a bright place, but it was made all the brighter by your family's work.
Hopefully it'll return to such.
Very well.
Kitchen's clean.
This is going.
Okay.
This is another thing. Do you guys have any? I assume you have wizards, but just like wizards within who can help? Because I picked up this staff from the one who attacked in Greymore. Might help on what sort of magic and what level it might be at for
That's
you to watch out for.
It's a hideous sort of thing, isn't it? Ugh. Makes my skin crawl. It doesn't look like any wholesome magic.
Necromancy usually isn't.
You could take it to the Arcane College. So the wizards there could probably help you with that. They'll give you directions to the northern quarter of Lothiel. The Bright Quarter, they call it.
How nice.
Lots of wizards there. It's where they tend to congregate. You'll know it when you.
On the nose.
You'll know when you arrive.
Usually do.
Sounds appropriately named. Pretty on the nose.
You should walk around like roosters.
Yeah. So, Edwin, as we're walking out, how about we get you some better shoes than those? Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure my feet would probably appreciate that. Especially if we're walking.
And a bedroll, just in case.
Also other travel supplies, yes. But especially the shoes. Since those are
You stupid.
Ugh. Sorry, sinuses. Oh, would Soliana have been able to determine the level of nobility that those family stones were from by the set or anything?
Let me think a moment.
I'm having to make the DM think. I win.
Okay, but today is cheating.
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
Um, and here I wish that there was a
Hey.
culture skill. I would have
totally.
you go with history for that, please.
Oh boy. History. We're okay-ish at that.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
They are the stones indicate a fairly well-to-do family. Certainly not like top crust, but you know, upper middle.
All right.
But the setting that they were in, like the stones that indicate honestly, more than anything, the stones indicate that somebody is a good friend to the dwarves. And from your glance around the office, there were several indications of dwarven friendship. There was the granite slab atop the desk at the front, little trinkets around the office, the stones, all of that was of dwarven make. And not shoddy dwarven makey, not that there is such a thing as shoddy dwarven make, let's be real. Don't want to offend anybody here.
How
but-
dare you? How dare you insinuate? No.
But yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Supply shop to get Edwin new shoes.
Yes.
And a tent.
All right.
And other supplies.
And other supplies.
I don't know my way around this place as well as I do others. It shouldn't be too hard to find, right?
Town's a town. Even if some of it's up in the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's new.
As long as I can watch the smell this.
Oh,
Yeah.
those would have been fun to run on as a kid.
You maybe.
Well,
For you maybe.
I would
my
reckon.
my grandma's my grandma's a wood elf. I come by it honest.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No?
No, my brother fell once. It's harder than it looks. And he's gotten better at the tightrope since then, though.
Sounds like a good place to practice, though.
For sure.
Well, that's what he claimed he was doing, practicing.
Well, you said he almost fell, right?
Oh no, he did.
Oh. What'd he break?
A leg?
Solely, Grandma always told me that whenever they
Break the
say
leg,
break a
don't
leg, that's
literal.
not what they mean.
Yeah, he took it a bit literally.
Apparently.
You told me to do it.
We didn't want him in that sort of cast.
Say, Grandma always told me stuff about the actors and performers, but she was never one herself. Always had
Me
stories to tell about it, though.
Oh, there's nothing like it. The atmosphere of it all. That's what I liked about it. I didn't have any talent for the acting performance part. But you'll find your muse eventually. Anything can be one.
I suppose that's true.
Like Edmund's magic.
They say Theana's the most fickle of the Ardura, so
I would believe it.
I guess we're just kind of walking and talking, and Gail's just kind of glancing at signs to see where we might find somewhere to get decent shoes and other supplies for traveling. But she's just kind of
shop.
she's just kind of taking it leisurely. Just she's grateful for the chance to just kind of slow down a bit.
Yeah.
You know, until tomorrow.
Mhm.
Let's see. So, the first general goods store, traveling supply store that you come up to, you see a sign for barking up the wrong tree. Trading post. There's a set of rope stairs kind of curling halfway around the trunk of a massive tree going up to a door.
Oh, that's clever. That's
They have a dog.
Bart. As Gail just kind of just taps a knuckle against the bark of the tree.
I mean, yeah, that too, but
There is a little... The sign has a little dog in the corner. A little wood carving of a dog.
Love that.
I'm gonna go up the stairs to the door.
The window to the inside of the shop is open. There's warm light spilling out as you enter into it. There is a gnomish woman sitting on a stool, which itself is sitting on the counter.
Oh.
Hello!
Okay.
Oh,
Welcome to barking up the wrong tree. A trading post. We're a trading post. You are barking up the right tree, though.
Fantastic sales pitch, I'll tell you that.
I didn't expect there to be
I hope
gnomes
so. We're
around here.
looking for a few different supplies. Hopefully, your store should be able to provide them.
We can supply many things, especially if they're supply related.
Traveling supplies, mostly.
Fortunately, we do carry most of those sorts of supplies, along with some alchemist supplies, and a few food and cooking related supplies, which can sometimes be traveling related supplies as well. There's some overlap in our business, you see. And even
Actually,
the
that's not
alchemist supplies can sometimes relate to the traveling supplies because alchemists have to go all over the place.
The alchemist supplies also relate to the cooking supplies in some cases.
Only if you're having fun.
Soliana is gonna look to Buffett and say no.
It's good to see somebody else under 4 feet. In Lothiel. Hello, Master Halfling.
Hi.
Keep in mind, I'm very bad at gauging height. I have no idea how tall you are, just that you're shorter than all the rest of them.
Yes, I suppose that is true.
Ah,
You just have like 2 tall elves, a tall tiefling, and like an average-sized half-elf, and then Boffin.
yep.
Short. It's a bit hard to
Not
miss.
short. Well,
That is what
Average.
being short is, yes.
She... one moment. I'll help you find what you need. She's gonna give a loud whistle. A loud whistle. Call Ruckus! And you'll hear like this approaching, and this massive mastiff comes down through a curtain behind her, and she hops off of her stool and hops onto the back of this giant mastiff.
Puppy.
This dog has this very, like, it looks angry as it comes around the counter. Now what can I do for you?
Nice dog.
He is. Ruckus is just a charmer.
It don't bite.
Gail's gonna look over to Edwin and just kind of gesture to the lady.
Yeah. I need shoes.
You need what?
Better for shoes. Better for walking on the roads. Mine are for castle hallways, I guess.
Right. She's gonna give another whistle. And a very tall, well-built elven man comes from the back this time. His hair in a tight ponytail at the top of his head. Yes, my love, what can I do for you? Bring over that stool, and he'll grab it and set it down where she indicates, and alright, now put the boy on the stool. And Edwin, he'll... I'm going to ask you to sit down rather than doing what she says exactly.
I appreciate that.
That would have been fun. Oh well.
So, Edwin,
Gail's gonna go look around.
the next few minutes of your life are a very uncomfortable whirlwind. One of your boots, actually both of your boots are removed. Your feet are measured in great detail by a gnome woman who has no sense of boundaries. They also take your general measurements because, you're here, why not? You're given your existing shoes back and offered a set of traveler's clothes. The boots are included with the clothes. It's the sticker price is 2 gold pieces. They will be tailored to your measurements, which is why they needed said measurements, so that they could bring everything in properly.
That is fair. Give him the 2 gold.
Just as a
Look at that, Edwin. You have a change of clothes now.
as a quick reminder, Tyron did give you his own name to use in the situation, if you should choose.
Do you know who we know? 2 gold pieces?
Hey, I
Do
mean,
you have any idea? No,
I mean, a discount's a discount. I guess Boffin will, we are being sent on a mission by the Captain Tyr. He said to mention him if we were to acquire anything for our travels.
Oh, yes, I do. I have a standing agreement for bulk orders usually, but I'll knock off a few silver for you, and she'll charge you 1.5 gold.
Well, we might be requiring some other things. Let me just do a quick inventory. He's just rooting through his bag and see what he is.
You know, Tyron's a nice young boy. He's a nice young boy, 3 times my age.
All right, there it is. Yep.
Terrible at dice, though, and an awful card face. Where's his heart on his sleeve?
I never would have guessed for a high elf.
Well, it's that half wood elf girl he's married to.
Gail's kind of blinking and she's taking a moment.
Knocks
Oh, no,
knocks
that
all the
makes
stuffiness
sense.
in his head. Fills it with cotton. Just gonna look right up at Marius from the back of Ruckus and. Oh, what about you, tall one?
Me? Oh, sorry. I must have. I'm just a simple country folk.
There's no such thing as simple country folk. I've known farmers. Stubborn, yes. Simple.
Stubborn, I agree with. Probably too much for my own good. Get it from my mama.
She's gonna hop off of Ruckus and go check on on what Soliana's doing. But while she's doing that, the Mastiff locks eyes with you, Boffin.
Oh,
And sort of approaches slowly.
keep kind of like glancing like side to side, like not meeting this dog's eyes because that is terrifying.
You don't know if it's your imagination or if you feel the very floor shaking from a growl as he gets closer and closer.
Nice.
And then he takes one whiff in. His tail starts to wag hard enough to shake his entire body, and he just licks you full on in the face.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh,
This dog makes slobber,
yep.
like professional.
Right.
He slimed you.
Oh, just take off my hat and just shake the slobber off of it.
He's also
Well,
putting his head squarely on your hand.
Okay.
I like you.
Aww.
Can't imagine why.
Looks like you got yourself a friend there.
No gold. Awesome.
They do carry all sorts of sundries, though, from camping supplies, tents, which are also camping supplies.
Gale's got a few things she's looking for.
Okay.
Marius is
Um,
probably looking to piece a little camping kit together for Edwin.
Okay.
Just like bare bones.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have enough money to replace everything I've lost, but I am in need of a bedroll at least. Maybe even a tent.
sorry, Boffin, what was that?
Sorry, what?
Do you need to replace a few things?
I mean, I just, had better equipment when I was, a guard, but I had to, I lost most of that when I was fleeing.
When you ran away.
That makes sense.
Yes.
What are you looking to replace? Gale's.
Better armor, hand
Gale's
crossbows.
collecting stuff.
But again, that's not something I'm going to find here. But again, like I appear to have also lost some simpler things like a bedroll, which I should be able to get here.
Say if you need a little help. If you need a little help with anything, I'm sure I can help spot for any of you.
That's generous of you. Is there not anything you need?
Oh, there is, but we'll see here in a minute. Say Gale's looking to get a tent and some either healing kit or some just something to help bandage us up out in the field.
Yes. How about you see how much you have left after that. We'll see if that'll come in handy.
Your Honor, there was only one tent they had to share.
Can you actually do?
Soliana was also looking at a tent and some cook's utensils, but seeing as she only has 5 gold pieces, she's probably only going to be able to get one of those.
Okay.
Haunted one background comes with nothing, I forgot.
So, with discounts, let's see. I'll go with.
Can I interrupt you just for a sec?
Mm-hmm.
Because Gale's kind of looking over stuff. Ma'am, do you happen to have any 2-person tents?
I only have 2-person tents.
Oh,
3-person if you're
convenient.
my size.
Yes,
One
and
of us
sadly
is.
there's art. Yeah, only one, right? Not sure I want to squeeze in with two giants, though. Yeah,
Okay.
there are 5 of
Oh,
us.
you are a
little
theater kid.
inefficient.
Squeeze in with 2 giants, like as if you would.
Okay,
Well, I can buy a tent, and that'll cover 2 of us.
Gale, a 2-person tent and a healer's kit with the discount will cost you 5 1/4 gold.
Okay.
The majority of
that.
that being the healer's kit.
Okay. She will get those.
Soliana, you want a cook's utensils and 2-person tent?
Yeah, but if Gale is getting the tent, then she doesn't have to get the tent. She can just get the cook's utensils.
Well, just in case you want to know, it would be 2 1/4 gold for cook's utensils and a 2-person tent with your discount.
Okay.
So 2 gold and 2 silver. The cook's utensils would be, we'll call it 6 silver.
Ah. Gale, can I borrow silver?
Are you
Oh,
that
yeah.
broke?
She has 5 silver.
You sh-
My background
Soliana.
gave me nothing.
Soliana, do you need me to?
No, I just need 1 silver.
Gail's gonna give Soliana a look and she's gonna hand her a gold piece. Here.
Fine. But I'm buying a tent too.
Understandable.
She'll take a tent.
Alright. Marius, you're looking for a bedroll?
Just like just simple camping kit, something for Edwin,
And she's
helping him get his stuff together.
So a bedroll, you're looking at 7 pieces of silver with your discount. It's a fairly nice bedroll. Elven cloth and whatnot.
He might like this a bit more fancier. Yeah, we'll go with that. I've got 5 gold, 5 silver.
You don't need to buy me stuff. It's alright.
You saved my butt back in Gatewatch.
You would have done the same.
Yes, but that don't change the fact that I still gotta get you back for it. Consider it a professional courtesy.
People are so much nicer than nobles.
You can put it on my saved your ass tab. Yeah, well. I keep forgetting the exchange rate for it, but we'll put a gold piece down for that.
Alright. You will receive 3 silver in change.
Sweet. More smaller money. And we'll hand it off to the kid, to the boy, to the little man.
He's several years older than you.
He's much older than Marion.
He is. He really is.
However, small.
Twiggy.
At least comparatively.
Squishy.
I suppose we're needing building at least one more tent, so I'll be looking for a tent and a bedroll for myself.
Okay.
Yay.
I think were you saying something there, Trit?
You're
Oh
muted.
yeah, we
You're
can't hear you,
muted.
Ah.
2 gold.
I was
2
wondering what I
silver,
was saying.
please. Yes.
Oh, 2 gold.
I was
Ooh.
I was typing on the keyboard and didn't want you to have to hear that.
Clickety clackety.
There's always so much suspense when we hear the clickety clackities. Like, oh no. What's he doing?
Plotting.
Usually.
We're in danger. I mean, your keyboard's loud too, really.
It
I know,
is.
sorry. It's because I type so hard. I'm sorry.
Stop abusing your keyboards.
I ain't trying to. The one I'm using isn't even mechanical anymore.
So you just really beat on your ports. Dang.
Yeah, I do. I always have.
Heard of heavy-handed? Heavy-fingered. Okay.
Make very sure I hit all the keys.
Don't worry, the keyboard likes it. Send that.
It consented. It's fine.
I didn't hear no safe word.
I didn't hear no safe word.
Sorry, children.
You're not sorry.
Fine, I apologize.
That add that to this or not? Oh my
Is
god.
that all we needed?
With what we got, anyways, I think.
Oh,
I wonder if
Oh, that was purr.
Giddy.
Kitty.
you lost a tooth.
Oh. Wonder if. So. Suppose we need to find us place for the night. He did offer us the barracks, but glances to Edmund. Edwin.
Edwin. I'm going to be honest with you. I think only one of you might be okay sleeping in the barracks, and it's Farius. Besides me. I don't think the rest of you will like it.
Likely not suited for.
I was sleeping in a barn for several nights.
Barn might be more comfortable than this, where we're going to be staying.
That's saying something.
Yes.
Look,
I mean,
you and I both know a bed of hay is a lot more comfortable than most beds.
the barracks
not
here are
wrong.
the barracks here are probably different from the ones in Greymore, but I don't know. I've only ever known, ours. So
Certainly won't complain about seeking finer establishments, but free is free.
free is free.
Free is free.
I'm sure we can find a nice place to settle for the night here, though.
Might as well. I could definitely use some good rest.
Indeed, it is. It has only been a few hours since you've entered the city. Conversation travels take that much time. That said, due to...
So we're probably looking to say the group's probably looking to find some place to get a bite to eat and kind of explore the city a bit.
Indeed. And...
As long as, ma'am, can you release me from your beast?
Come, Ruckus! Come see Mama!
Aw, he likes you. He likes you.
That's a good halfling, isn't he? Yes. You scratched him behind the ears. Or she remounts the dog and they start waddling off.
All right.
Your supplies are all the majority of your supplies will be given to you when Edwin's clothes are ready. It's a large bundle to just carry around. So come back a bit before dinner and everything will be ready.
All right. Thank you, Constance.
Much obliged.
Thank you.
And this is normally where we would take a break as we switch scenes. However, due to the failing health of a couple of us, that is, I believe, what we're going to call it for the night.
Sorry.
With our apologies
That's okay,
for our
though.
decrepitude.
Decrepitude.
We
What
appreciate
is
your
it?
understanding.
The spirit is willing, but the body.
The
The
body's
spirit is willing, but the body's
Spirit is-
flesh is weak.
Spirit is
abandoned
willing,
flesh. Join the machine.
Ugh,
but spirit is willing, but the sickness is
but
forceful.
this is fucking.
It's been like a whole 3 months for me, so it's high time for me to be deathly ill again.
I think mine is just sinuses, but who knows, honestly. In this
Stay
weather.
still, brother. You'll be able to see the skies of balls soon.
It's back to 60s again.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah, missing
in the
reference there.
80s last week.
That's a war thunder. Warhammer. Warhammer.
All
Yes.
right.
Nice.
So we appreciate you all being here tonight.
Yes, thank you so much for
And-
joining us. We will see you next week for a much more standard length session with
Yeah.
intrigue and mystery. Oh man, now I have to play that off. I have to pay that off. Alright, see you later. Good night.
Bye.
Good